Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. I'm so happy to be here. There's that crazy feeling when I hop on at 6 o'clock. I'm like, is anyone gonna join? Is everyone gonna forget
Genuinely.
about the call?
We've
But
never we've never had a call, right? Where it's just been us, or have we?
I
I don't
don't
think
think
we ever
so.
have. I
No,
think
we've always had at least three people. Hi, Evelina.
Hi.
How are you?
but it
Good,
has
how are
but there
you?
there has been
I'm good.
so bad. There has been a time though where we've had like it was just us three, I think though, which
Yeah.
technically doesn't count because there is three of us, but it's like borderline. And there was one with
Yeah.
Eli, I think too.
With Eli, and
Maybe,
then there
maybe
was
not.
that one with Keegan, where it was just me, you, and Keegan for the
And then
whole.
me, you, and Shelby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we ended up talking for like an hour each time. Like with Keegan, we went to 45 minutes. With Shelby, we went over an hour. So it's still such rich conversations, and I like rarely ever want to stop. But
I
yeah.
agree. I agree. What do you think about that, Evelina? You're the third.
The third? Nope, no longer. We have a fourth.
Hey, you
Let's
can
go.
make it.
Let's go. Actually, I should text him. I should text the guys right now. I met this really cool guy with Frankie. I guess
So you're in
with
Idaho right now,
the
Michael.
should text. I am. I'm in
How is it?
Idaho.
How
I
did you
got here a
make the
couple
drive?
days ago. Um, the drive was great. I got here, so I left last Thursday. Not this last Thursday, Thursday before last Thursday. And I got here to Boise, Idaho Thursday night. So it was a full week of travel, Thursday to Thursday. Um, Went to Colorado on the way to camp. Um, and it was an amazing trip. It was awesome. It was, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just like a week long camping trip. It was just everything I could have dreamed of. It was amazing.
That's incredible. And also you
Yeah.
building that like what was the camper in the back of
Yeah.
your truck?
A frame for the
Yeah.
bed.
How did that hold up?
Oh, it's sturdier than a rock. I mean, it's not moving anywhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a frame. Although one guy commented and he said that I should get slats, um, because I should get slats instead of the plywood because apparently if the plywood gets like there's something about it molding, like because there's not enough
Yeah.
air for it to breathe. Or he said I should drill holes in the plywood. So I'll have to look into that because it's low key
Yeah.
smart.
That's what they say
Um,
about keeping beds on the floor. It's not even just the plywood getting moist or growing mold, is that your body moisture would seep through the mattress and that's what would needs ventilation.
yeah, so maybe I'll just drill a couple of holes in the plywood. I don't know. I can't
There you
imagine it
go.
being the end of the world,
Yeah.
but we'll
Well,
see.
you're also not living in it, you know?
No, right, right. Exactly. So
Yeah. Cool. Well, I know there's a few more people who will join. I know Eli will join us as soon as he's ready. But
let's go.
welcome to those who have come, and thank you for not leaving us alone and joining us every week. It's so enriching, well, every other week. So enriching to actually have community that wants to learn and grow together. I really appreciate every single one of you for sharing your time. Michael, for a year, Evelina, for a little bit less than a year, but still close. And Misha, my cousin, just joining us recently is really
I
nice.
miss you.
It's really nice. Um, and then the people who have grown our community since. This month, we're talking about gut health and strengthening, well, gut health, microbiome, that whole world. We're gonna go like first layer. How can you take care of all the big guys, like all the big characters that play a role in um, having a stabilized, healthy, happy gut, which means that you have also reflected in your outer world your healthy relationships and healthy hormones. So, whoever you are, whether you're a man or a woman, you have healthy hormones, and that's directly connected with your gut. So, that's what we're going to talk about. And then the internal world, meaning your gut is happy. And then, rather, I guess I didn't finish the parallel. That's the good side, and the tough side, the hard side to handle with gut health is when you are in a depressive state, emotionally unstable, have are anxiety ridden. Things like that are very often remedied with, hi Alex, so good to see you. Um, Often remedied with some of the things that I'll share today, and stabilized over time. It can alleviate a lot of those emotional anxieties. And I'll pinpoint one that determines relationships. Um, when we have an unstable gut, it's typically reflected in our outside world of clinging to people in a desire to survive, in a desire to not be isolated because your gut does not feel safe and stable. So you are clinging to relationships typically that aren't the best for you, that aren't deeply aligned, that are just meeting your bare minimum. So there's a really interesting correlation because, and when we look at the body and the organs in general of our body, as a correct connection to our external world, we can really draw clear parallels about what's happening inside of our body, to what's happening in our mind and our environment. So I want to begin with a grounding breath and invite everyone to place your hand on your lower abdomen just to kind of breathe in and connect with your body. So this is the center. This center isn't just where we digest food. It's actually where we digest life. So anytime we have our metabolism or our hormones or our digestive system or relationships um, out of whack, it lets us understand that there's probably something inside of our tummy, inside of our colon, large intestine, small intestine, or stomach that is out of whack as well. And it even has a connection to the kind of relationships and decisions we attract and tolerate, the things that we're willing to withstand. So that's just our grounding moment. I hope everyone was able to take a few deep breaths and grab an essential oil if you want, just to start our session and just enjoy a present moment of mind and body. I'm grabbing eucalyptus and I'll just rub the rest of it over my tummy. So the gut is the decision maker of the body. The gut has over 100 million neurons, sometimes called the enteric nervous system. There's Eli. Okay, enteric nervous system, I learned about a little bit ago, about a year ago, and it blew my mind. So what is the enteric nervous system? It's the second brain. It is your gut's connection with the vagus nerves. So the good bacteria, your gut bacteria, not even just good, all the gut bacteria send messages through the vagus nerve, which you can find right here. It is, everybody is connected right here. It's the longest nerve system in your body. Goes from behind your ears and it connects into your brain all the way down to your hips, okay? But what it's governed by and how it communicates with your body is connected with your gut. And what's in your gut, your good and bad bacteria, is what's telling your vagus nervous system if you're healthy, safe, and connected with your outer world, or if you're in a state of threat. So if you ever want to like calm your stomach as well, connect with your vagus nerve. So you can look this up on a body diagram and look at where is the vagus nerve and look where it runs and what it's responsible for. So knowing that they're both entangled, this is the enteric nervous system, the nervous system of your vagus nerve and your stomach communicating together to the rest of the body. So the gut bacteria send messages to the vagus brain and affect mood, cravings, and decision making. Wild. It's just wild to me. It's when you connect those two, you can understand, why am I craving a burger in this moment and why am I going to go hang out with these people who are not serving my greater purpose. And you can align those two, and when you go have some sauerkraut and all of a sudden your cravings and the people you want to hang out with are different and you start thinking different and you're like, oh my God, what just happened? So when the microbiome is balanced, we feel grounded, intuitive, and discerning because it's our second brain. It literally stabilizes and grounds our body. When it's imbalanced, due to things like, it could be antibiotics for a lot of girls, birth control, or chronic stress, which I think everybody deals with, modern day traffic, work, working for yourself, living in this modern world where a lot of people are not stabilized. And a lot of people are antibiotics. So even if you are a stable person in your environment, everybody around you who is taking antibiotics, is on birth control, or has chronic stress in their life can be affecting your nervous system, and your gut health. Because when we touch each other, we're communicating with each other. So lots of layers here. We may experience, so when all these things are out of balance, like I said, antibiotics, birth control, and chronic stress, right? When they're out of balance, we'll experience things like sugar and carb cravings, and that means processed sugar. Doesn't mean like, oh, I'm craving honey and pears. It's going to be more like I'm craving like cinnamon swirl something and chocolate fudge cake and I don't know, what are the other bad things? I don't really eat junk food. Hormone swings, estrogen dominance, PMS, irregular cycles, girls will be able to connect with this. But for guys, that will be extra weight gain that you just can't shred. Weight gain in areas that are not flattering for the male body. That's estrogen dominance, or your voice getting higher as opposed to getting lower as you grow older. Things like that, or improper jaw development. There's lots of things that can signal imbalance of the gut and dominance of estrogen. So, and then lastly, emotional volatility or attachment to dysregulation. Things like choosing partners, friends from a state of survival rather than alignment. So I want you guys all to like write this down in your notes and put it on sticky notes in your environment. When you're having a tough time in relationships and you're like, why is there emotional volatility in my environment? Let's check everybody's gut health. Let's get everybody on the notes I'm going to walk you guys through later on, just to stabilize and ground your reality and even help the people around you. Because when you have relationships that are out of alignment, and it can be directly connected to this, how can we change our world if we just establish and ground our bodies? So let's talk about antibiotics and things, and this is just very common in my world, birth control and hormone imbalance. And hormone imbalance is not something that just girls deal with. This is something that men can deal with, and it's just not recognized. It goes unrecognized and unvalidated. So antibiotics wipe out beneficial bacteria. They kill the bad guys. They also kill the good guys, reducing microbial diversity that's needed for estrogen metabolism. Men and women have estrogen, okay? This is not just girls have the hormones, guys are just in their own la la land, we both have them, and we need good bacteria to be able to metabolize what we don't use, or whatever has been used, it needs to be flushed out of the body. So we need the good guys to be able to take care of that. Birth control, okay, can thin the gut lining, and this is proven by research, and it is stated in all of the side effect listings. It can impair nutrient absorption, especially vitamin B, all the B vitamins rather, not just vitamin B, but all there's like B like 1 through 17 or something. Zinc and magnesium, all of which are available in steak, right? But if you're eating steak and you're on birth control, it can literally keep you from absorbing the good stuff from the steak, So you can't like have one without the other. Crazy. And suppress natural hormone rhythms. That's pretty well aware in that situation. So the results end up being sluggish digestion, bloating, mood swings, and distorted attraction patterns, right, to our partners. Our hormones guide mate selection through scent, immunity, and timing, because when a woman is able to ovulate correctly, she will be able to understand, am I attracted to this person because of their scent and the strength of their immune system? Will I be safe around them? Our body is literally so intelligent, it can determine this. And if a female is not properly ovulating, then men won't be accurately attracted to that woman either. And so this is actually proven that when women get off of birth control, who have been in a relationship for a very long time, end up not being attracted to their partners anymore, or vice versa. The men aren't attracted to that partner anymore. So without this being an entire call on birth control, we're going to move on. Rebuilding gut health. The fiber connection. So this one's a really fun one. It can get really complicated when people start talking about fiber, but I'm going to make it as simple as possible, okay? I'm going to tell you what the two different types of fibers are and how you can get them into your diet and what the benefits of that exact fiber is. Okay, soluble fiber. It dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance. Okay, so this paints a very easy, clear picture. Ways that you can get soluble fiber into your diet: oats, chia seeds, flax, apples, carrots. There are more, but this one's a really simple, easy way for you to understand, am I getting this in my diet on a daily basis? Any one of these. You don't need a whole ton and you don't need a huge variety. The benefits are they stabilize blood sugar. It feeds beneficial bacteria. It's like a prebiotic. So a lot of us take supplements. Apples and carrots and flax seeds can do the same thing for us, you know? And it balances cholesterol, which is really important for any meal that you're eating. It's really important to have these things balanced, and you can just sprinkle some seeds on top of whatever you're eating. Insoluble fibers, okay? They add bulk, they add the body to what you're going to be digesting, supporting peristalsis and detoxification. That means digestion and pushing things through, right? Very simple. How you can get that into your diet: leafy greens, celery, nuts, and whole grains. If you're able to digest whole grains, you can also get it through other vegetables. So like if you think of celery, what is celery? Like a really tough, fibrous substance. There's lots of examples if you look online, soluble, insoluble fiber. Think about getting them in every single day. And so for a daily way that we can have this in our diet, combine both types in each meal. Things like chia pudding with berries, which is one and the other, both soluble and insoluble fibers, or something like quinoa and roasted veggies and olive oil. So pairs both of those together. And so the best way to make sure all of this works in your body is to hydrate well and let the fiber do its job effectively. Okay, guys, I have 2 more points to share with you about how we can improve gut health. The power of fermentation. Naturally fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, and miso, which is like my personal favorite. If none of you guys have tried, highly recommend searching out something called natto bean. It's a soybean that's fermented. You have to gain a taste for it, but it has a bacteria in it that is found also in sauerkraut, but it is like extra strong in natto bean, and it's like it has a really funky flavor to it. But if you have just a teaspoon of it a day, it really strengthens the gut and the microbiome in your gut. So those things that I listed, they repopulate the gut bacteria from that is lost from medication use. So if you ever have taken antibiotics, taking any one of these things will help rebuild your body. Very simply, these foods build tolerance to stress, which is what the medication could cause, or things like high stress, right? They can build a tolerance back up to stress and help the body produce serotonin and GABA, really important hormones that our body creates. This will help them. Neurotransmitters of calm and clarity. Start with 1 tablespoon a day and increase gradually to avoid bloating, which is a really good pointer because as soon as someone gets something good, they think they can eat copious amounts of it, and then they're just like, oof, it's not a great feeling. So just take it slow. Essential oils for digestion, everybody's favorite thing ever, and hormonal support, okay? This is just a short list of essential oils that I love to keep on hand or keep in mind of what I can apply over my abdomen in a clockwise motion, so clockwise, I don't know if my screen is reversed, but think clockwise to follow the flow of the colon, okay? That's why we do it. And to stimulate digestion and calm inflammation. So if you ever need like a boost, you don't have your sauerkraut, you don't have your fibers, maybe you're fasting. That's also another great way to improve your gut health, is to fast. You can apply essential oils to encourage and strengthen that balance and the reduction in inflammation. Ginger, it warms and increases circulation, encouraging moving forward, which is what your body needs when it's going through a tough moment in your gut. Peppermint, Cools, soothes spasms, and relieves bloating. You can also take peppermint internally. It's incredible to calm in peppermint tea. Fennel supports digestion and estrogen metabolism. Lemon and, lemon and grapefruit aid liver detoxification, which liver is a whole nother topic, but if they can work together and we can understand how, lemon and grapefruit are amazing for this. And lastly, clary sage to regulate estrogen and support emotional release. All right, guys. To close, I want everyone to place your hands back on your stomach and take a deep breath. What is your gut asking for more of? Okay, and ask yourself this question. What is my gut asking for more of? Nourishment, boundaries, or rest? So, next time you have a meal, listen to your body and ask what it wants from you and what is that meal going to bring for you? Is it going to be grounding or depleting? As a mindful thought next time you put your meal together when you make it at home. I would love to hear all of what you guys learned and what you guys are going to implement this week.
That was amazing, Gemma. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's so good to see all of you guys on here.
That was so good. Yeah, I loved what you said about about the gut and about what we need and yeah, just kind of like that feeling. I think we all have like an intuition with our gut of like what we need. So that's really interesting you say that because I didn't know there was actually a correlation.
The Vegas
Um,
nerve.
yeah, it's actually wild, but I'd love to hear what you guys think as well. But yeah, that was really good, Gemma.
Thank you.
I'll go. I think, I've been on gut healing protocol with Anne, and a lot of it has been like just higher fiber intake, where she's actually having me now start taking like 7 different fibers, like with each meal because I need that. But um, yeah, it's just like it's awesome stuff, and it's like cool knowing that it's working and it's doing its job, and just like the importance of tending to our bodies and the way that just simply our gut being out of balance will create imbalances in our relationships and our friendships. And so, yeah, it's just crazy how it all correlates.
Yeah, just being aware of it does so much. Yeah, because it's already doing it. We just become more aware of it, and that's all we need to do.
All right. I low-key got a crazy take, but I'm curious. Do you think that the gut is the body's equivalent of the mind equivalent of the subconscious?
Yes, yes. But I could also argue that the liver does the same thing. So if we had a whole call on the liver, you would kind of have like a two and two. But there's because the gut is researched so much, like this is the stomach, the digestive system, everybody says the gut is the second brain, you know? And so because it directly communicates with the nervous system, it could be the subconscious of what the mind is. That's a really good take. I love it. Anything else? Any other
That's
takes you
deep, bro.
That
have?
was a really good presentation. I had gut issues for a lot of my high school time. And I think at that time, my gut was telling me, because I was around a lot of negative people and I didn't really like my environment, uh, the people I was with, and the school I was in, and just like everything. So I think when I kind of get out of that, when I left that environment, that those energies, that's when I started seeing healing, less stomach issues, and I mean, of course, eating healthy, and then also eating better. But yeah, the main thing, I mean, yeah, the gut is definitely your intuition. That's why a lot of people say listen to your gut whenever
Well,
you make a critical decision. So it's very important to be aligned with it and to know what it's telling you.
That's beautiful. It's a good note to make. Yeah. I was listening to today about how this person believes that words are or like the written words is taking us astray from the intelligence of our body, right? So when
Mhm.
someone says, listen to your gut, what is the intelligence or the intuition or is this subconscious, like Luke said, that the gut is trying to whisper that we're always not listening to and that we need to be reminded of? Or if we were to listen to it closer, what could we create from our lives?
It's crazy. No, it's so real. We actually do all have like gut primal instincts. It's kind of actually
Yeah,
crazy.
it's really cool. It's a superpower.
Gemma, have you ever done like muscle testing?
I haven't. I haven't. I had a practitioner do it to me once, but I also didn't trust him. So I don't know. I didn't have a great experience the only time it happened, so I found someone. But have
Mhm.
you?
I have like my chiropractor's done it a little bit with me,
Hmm.
and then there's like a way to do it on your own. And
Yeah.
there was like a little bit where I was doing it, like where I like would ask my body even like essential oils, like what it needs right now. And like your body will like lean forward like when it needs something and lean back if it doesn't need that specific thing. But it's like really interesting. I just was wondering if you've known
No,
more.
there's someone else, Frankie's stepdad. He does that, like full practice. So if you're in Idaho visiting Michael, go meet
Yeah.
Frankie's dad. Like he's incredible. And he does muscle testing. I actually just never scheduled like an appointment or anything with him to do that
Well,
specifically. But he, with his muscle testing routine, he actually gave me the app, or he showed me the app to do it for free to learn how to do it yourself. I just have like a million other things I'm learning right now. I can't get to it, but that you can do it online. I'll try to find it and forward it to you, the content, the videos and stuff that he shared with me. But he basically can identify when someone comes to them with an issue. It's
well,
obviously often emotion based. And so he can understand by the muscle testing and different intuition practices and stuff where that emotion is lodged and where the core of the organ that is the root cause of the issue that that person's having, and dislodging that emotion and assisting that organ work hand in hand in that person's issues dissolving. And that's kind of guided by muscle testing. So he can understand what kind of essential oils to prescribe, the supplements, blah, blah, blah. So I've heard a lot about it. I've just never had it done to myself.
Yeah, that's cool.
well,
I was just wondering what your thoughts were on it.
How do you feel practicing it, or what your chiropractor has shown you or shared for you?
I mean, what my chiropractor has shown definitely, like now that I'm doing like all this stuff with Anne, the stuff that he was saying I needed is literally what I needed when I went on this like protocol. So it
Yeah.
was like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I did it a little bit like kind of on my own, but I honestly wasn't really consistent with it.
Mhm.
And so, because I feel like it can get weird fast. So I guess I just want to learn a little bit more about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got weirded out by it.
Yeah.
And especially the one time I got it done, it was like a chiropractor who wasn't healthy himself. He was like overweight. And I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, your muscle testing is
no,
taboo. I don't think that's for real.
no, that's
So,
just
but then there's like a practitioner, like, yeah, like Frankie's stepdad, and I'm like, man, this guy's legit. Like he helped my mom a lot. He didn't do muscle, I don't think he did muscle testing on her, but he's talked to me about it. And I'm like, if he's vouching for it, I feel like I have a little bit more belief in learning about
Mhm.
it. And so, yeah, I would love to see, because it's essentially you're practicing your intuition. You're letting your gut lead you in a lot of ways,
Right.
And so it's whether you're practicing it consciously or not, it's still there. It's like a tool
Mhm.
that just exists in your body.
Right.
Right.
And just like the prompt at the end of this, like, what is your next meal? If you tune into your body, the next meal you have, can you understand whether it's going to be nourishing or depleting to you? Then you're just immediately starting to practice it more often.
Mm. Like conscious awareness of what you're feeding yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have like cravings and desires that are pretty natural sometimes. Sometimes they're not. But if you're eating the right food, I think they can be pretty natural. And I think our bodies will tell us what they need, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Any moments, I actually would love to hear if there's been any moments where you felt your gut guide you in a decision, whether it was food or in a relationship or a life move where you trusted your gut.
Yeah, I'll go real quick. I have one just off the dome. Well, it was a couple months ago. I was training. I was on a really long bike ride, and I was like hitting that kind of like depletion from my adrenals. I could just feel it. I was hitting that like crash. So I stopped and can't remember what I got. I think it was something like sweet. It was like somewhat natural. It was like the best I could find. And then it was like, but like I knew my body needed that. I mean, it was kind of a given. It was pretty obvious that there was something I needed. Oh, maybe it was coconut water. I don't know.
Mm.
Either way, it was something that was like pretty good as for hydration, and then I think I got something like a snack that was gonna like really lift me back up. My body was just like craving it, and I knew I needed it, and I went right to it, and it like I could like literally physically feel it in the moment, nourishing me, like what I needed from the taste going down like my whole body. Like I could just feel my body being replenished. And then 5 minutes later, we're back on the bike, and I'm tired still, but I literally feel like I'm awake now. I like look around, I'm like, wow, okay, like we're back. You know what I mean? So anyhow, that's happened a lot with training. After you're done training, you just like you need like a huge meal. You need like you've been out working. You just know that you need a big steak. And then you eat the steak and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I needed. Like your body knows.
Yes.
No, your body's not like, oh, I really want like a lab made burger. Like your body knows what it wants. So
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even like think of like all the cravings they were talking like you're gonna crave sugars and carbs. And then I'm like, obviously it's not natural sugars and carbs like honey or maple syrup. You're gonna like there it's saying that when your gut is weakened, your gut barrier is weakened from antibiotics or chronic stress and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't even think of like bad food I would choose if I had a craving. Like, I would like some raw milk and maple syrup. It's what I prefer. Or coconut water is amazing. So, yeah. Anyone else have those gut decisions?
No, this isn't to do with gut decisions necessarily, but it's a question for you. You said earlier that the that stress can affect the gut microbiome.
Yeah.
I'm curious, does excitement do the same thing? Because I know excitement and nervousness are the same exact neurotransmitter wise,
Mhm.
but
And I think that would
do they
go
hit the
back.
same?
Yeah. So I think that would go back to the conversation about like adrenal burnout, kind of like Michael talked about months and months ago. Excitement and stress, right, are also both affected by like caffeine intake, right? You can burn out on both and you can be mistaken on whether you're anxious or excited just because you had too much caffeine. And then if you don't know how to positively channel that, you just go into an anxiety spiral or whatever, right? Or chronic stress spiral. Um, I don't actually know the answer to that question if they are the same thing, but I would assume that they're both affected by things like caffeine, or if your gut barrier is thin, it would deplete you, you know? But if it's like something that, like, in the moment you have a moment of stress or you have a moment of excitement, it burns through energy quick, right? And so that burning through energy quick would either need something stabilizing, like, oh my God, that was way too much excitement. I'm like, can pass out right now, you know? Or like, that was just like, you have the crash after excitement, or you have the crash after the stress peaks. It sounds like, as I'm explaining, it sounds like they behave the same way. So I would imagine the essential oils, applying them on topically, could calm in that moment, help you understand, was that stress or was that excitement? Do I need a meal or do I just need to take some deep breaths? Um, and in both situations, if you're dealing with like a burnout moment of from excitement or from stress, I would check, are you having caffeine way too late in the afternoon just to try to make it through the day? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you having enough meals? Because stress and excitement, or stress in both scenarios, right? And that's what we're saying, it is depleting. And so when your stores are depleted of minerals, of nutrients, which both affect your adrenal glands and your gut, it will deplete your body in general. And so that can lead through to burnout over a long period of time. I think that's a really great question. I think backing up that question with what are the practical things to remedy if we look at excitement and negative stress or anxiety in the same light, how can we approach understanding how to cope with overexcitement or over anxiety?
That's good. We should do a call on that. We should do more research, Gemma. And
Yeah.
we should do a topic on that because I've been hearing about that a lot recently.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to dive into that and see like if there's studies on, because there's for sure got to be studies on both, on anxiety and the effect it has on the body, and then excitement on the body, and then comparing them side by side and seeing um just like the facts, and then yeah, that'd be a good call idea.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
would
really
be
good.
curious to know, like, because excitement lends itself to joy, and joy has a certain frequency, right? And frequency has an
Mm,
effect on our body. Anxiety
mm,
often is linked to fear. Fear has a frequency, and fear has an effect. The frequency has an effect on the body. I would be so curious, to know like which organs in your body upregulate or downregulate when that emotion is being experienced. Because when anxiety comes around with my personal coaching clients, they're like, I'm having an anxiety attack, right? They say that. That's the terms they're given to diagnose the moment, right? If I give them the perspective of, I'm like, explain the moment. And I'm like, that sounds really exciting. It sounds like you're just like misdiagnosing the moment. Are you just excited? And they're like, yeah, I am excited. It's just too much to handle. So in the moment of too much to handle, if we just label it excitement, can we understand that the sensation in our body is just an overwhelm of joy instead of an overwhelm of fear, and if we switch
Right.
that button or switch that perspective, then we can understand what's the frequency that's running through my body that's making me feel uncontrollable, you know because
Yeah.
uncontrollable joy, how would you like to express that, versus uncontrollable fear? And that's a whole different conversation. That's emotions, which is where the subconscious comes in, like you were saying, Luke. I think that's a really good connection when you connect the two about emotions and you connect what the gut is informing you to do. And when it comes to things like stress or excitement, I think they're both
that's
good.
so good.
Yeah. I'm asking ChatGPT right now because I'm curious.
Yeah. Let me know what you find. Please share in the chat.
Okay, so they both fire up sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. That means elevated heart rate, all that.
Hmm.
And how are they similar?
Fun thing about
So,
ChatGPT, my dad just found out like a huge history about our family last name from Russia by asking ChatGPT a ton of
Oh, really?
questions. Like my dad's exercising his chat experience. Anyways,
Yeah.
so funny. Luke, tell
that's
us what you
crazy.
got.
Okay, so what it is, they do have very similar levels of in change wise, pH, oxygen levels, neurotransmitter levels, mobility, and mucus secretion. Those are all almost identical,
Hmm.
but the cognitive labeling is what's different, as well as the hormonal mix.
Mm,
And because excitement brings a brief sympathetic spike, and it's very short term, whereas anxiety brings prolonged cortisol and inflammation with it after,
that makes sense.
which ends up lowering gut microbiome diversity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it seems like they're the same, like off the line, but
Mm-hmm.
excitement has like a more immediate effect, which is actually good long term, but the anxiety like brings it down long term because
Yeah,
it releases different hormones.
yeah, yeah. Because your sympathetic is the straight, or is sympathetic is the fight or flight moment. So if like you like have a surprise birthday party, you're surprised at the first moment, but then it's followed with excitement. You know, you might freak out in one moment, but it's followed with happiness and joy. Versus if someone walks into the house and you don't know they're supposed to be there and then they have a gun, you know, or something like that where your life is in danger. You have the same moment of stress in that moment, but then it's followed with in danger or like survival, you know, skills having to step in, and that's anxiety. So it makes sense that the following product of anxiety would be minimized microbial diversity, or like a decrease in the gut microbiome strength versus the excitement having different hormone markers is actually very interesting because literally the emotions we experience signal to our gut what hormones to produce. So our emotions and hormones are communicating to each other. Do we create more good stuff? Do we create more depleting stuff? Oh, that's so cool.
That's good.
Really
Wow.
good questions, Luke. I love how you're making me think.
Let's go, Luke. Dude, it's good to have you on, Luke. This is one of the first calls you came on?
Second one. Well, first one I've actually joined on my
Oh,
own
let's
phone.
go.
Second one that I've been a part of because I joined on Ethan's phone one
Right.
time.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say. Yep. Yep, that's right. Dude, I'm glad you came.
Dude, pleasure to be on.
Yeah, so good. Evelina, any last thoughts? Final
Let's
thoughts?
go.
Last thoughts, final thoughts.
Jensen.
I guess I'll say like gut intuition. I know I crave chocolate when I'm low on magnesium. I I
Cravings.
know
Yes.
I always want chocolate when I'm low on magnesium, and that's a lot.
Yeah. That's all the time. That's so
It's
funny.
not like refined chocolate. Like I know I like it's like the dark chocolate, you know, like
Yeah.
I want the rich, and I'm like, yeah, magnesium.
Yeah. 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 I read a post last week, and my mom craves spicy stuff all the time. And so different cravings like sweet, salty, sour, spicy, like all these different ones signal to a different, or is a signal that a certain organ is depleted in something, or mineral, or
Mm.
nutrient, or whatever. And so
Wow.
spiciness was connected to something, and then obviously like chocolate, but it has like that um, bitter and sweet and like something, whatever, things like that connect with the flavor attributes with it, connect to a literal organ that's depleted of the nutrients in that product.
Wow. I definitely be craving spicy a lot. And also fermented. I always want fermented stuff, but
Yeah,
Wow.
that's so cool. Cravings are really, it is intuition. It is your body speaking, you listening.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's cool. I wonder too, like how many times we miss the mark too. Like if our body craves something and we miss, like in modern day, I wonder how much that's affecting like people. Like, oh, you crave something sweet. It's not inherently probably a bad thing. I mean, it could be you're low on
Yeah,
something, but maybe you just need a good like apple or something, or
right.
like a good orange,
Yeah,
something or nice, something nice like that, or real cacao, or maybe some real good dark chocolate. But instead, you know, there's like all these like fake artificial candies or like fake sweets or terrible desserts. And it's
mm,
like we're not actually giving our like, yeah, we're just like overriding it. So I wonder too, like what missing the mark on that craving will do.
yeah.
How much more does that make the problem worse, or like what the effects are, of not listening to what your body actually needs, you
I
know?
th I wonder how much of that is like knowing what solutions are out there, what is available to you. Because like fast food's available everywhere. So when like there are so many people who only know fast food, right? Or something quick and easy at the store, the
Hmm.
inside aisles, you know. How many people are
Yeah.
versed on what's on the outside aisles,
Yeah.
or even like get out of the store and go to a farm? What can you eat? Are you educated in anywhere you go
Hmm.
in nature? Are you educated in what you can eat from nature? You know, can you pull a carrot from a ground and know that the
Yeah.
leaves are a carrot and be like, oh my God, I'm craving this carrot? Because I imagine, you know, 150 years ago, that's what we were craving. And then we go look in nature and then we find it, you know, instead of going to the grocery store
That's
when
so
we
good.
crave something and
That's
having
true.
a million options. I wonder how much of it is education on what your true options are, like the real options.
Mm.
What are they?
Wow.
Yeah. That's good. That's so good. Wow. All right. Well, thanks, Gemma. That was spectacular.
Yeah, it
I
was
always
so
learn
fun.
something on these calls.
I learned something
It's
too.
so good.
Always fun too.
Let's go.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
everybody for hopping on. That was so much fun.
Yes.
Great call. Definitely gonna
Let's
have to
go.
start pulling up to these. Hey, Michael, real quick, bro. I got a question.
Yeah. I got
This
you.
is not relevant for anyone else, bro. What was that one kind of candle that you had called
Beeswax candle.
beeswax candle? All right, bet.
Yeah, Evelina's been making them. Maybe she can get you one. Or you can order one online. But yeah, they're just 100% beeswax. If you have any extra, Ev, maybe we can get one to Luke.
I need to make more.
Yeah, she got a big block. I don't know if you saw the chat a while ago, but she got a huge
Yeah.
block from this lady. She's been making candles. You should if you don't look at the chat, you should scroll up a couple.
Oh, Michael, I look at the chat. I'm a D1 lurker.
Oh yeah, so you know exactly what's been going on. Yeah, yeah, it's called a beeswax candle. They're great. I use them. They're yeah, there's not really a huge scent. But I mean actually I think there kind of is actually.
There
It's very
definitely
subtle.
is. There's a scent, but it actually cleans and purifies the air. And
Yeah,
Mm,
it smells
not,
really good in my opinion, but it's not like strong. What I was saying though is it's not like strong. It's not like gonna be like your normal
mm.
synthetic
Not gonna
artificial
be one of
phthalate.
these.
I don't know what that is, but I would imagine it'd be a little different.
I'm just nuking my. It's
Yeah.
actually doesn't say. I don't know. My mom's had this candle for like 20 years.
Oh yeah,
I'm just
that's
fine with
nice.
burning it.
Yeah, a lot of those have endocrine disrupting things in there.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
phthalates
going for
is
like maximum estrogen right now.
yo, that's crazy, bro.
Dude,
Oh, burn it
That's wild.
outside. You can burn it, just burn it outside.
Genuinely.
Then it won't hurt you.
probably gonna go burn it in my
The frogs will
closet.
get the effect.
Frogs
That's
will turn
funny.
into females.
No, literally.
Oh,
Anywho, no, yeah, but it's beeswax, bro. It's good. I highly recommend. It's good
Uh,
stuff
Appreciate it,
yeah.
bro.
I didn't
for
know it
sure.
purifies the air. I'm gonna look into that, Evelina. That's really cool.
yeah, it has like, yeah, some purifying properties.
Hmm.
Let's go. The more you know. Come
Right.
on. All right, everybody. Hope y'all have a great evening. I love all of you guys. It's good to chat.
Bye, everyone. Good to see you.
Later, alligators.